Hi, I'm Michael, and this is California. And with the re-arising and the continuance of the lockdown and the pandemic, a lot of folks out there are concerned with having enough health coverage if either they themselves or one of their family members gets sick. And in many places, people will have to wait until November at the end of this year when they can reapply for health insurance or apply for health insurance if they have not already gotten it. But in 12 states who have their own health insurance exchanges, like here in California, we have Covered California, or for example, in Colorado, they have a Connect for Health Colorado. These states have actually extended what's called a special enrollment period, which is a one-time chance only that will allow individuals to enroll into health coverage if they feel they do not have enough health coverage on their own already. So today we're going to talk about what are these SEPs, how long they're going to last for, and who is able to apply in which states. Now, before we do that, if you like this information, if you find it interesting, if you find it helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. So let's first talk about what is a health exchange and what is a special enrollment period, or an SEP. Now, health exchanges were established by the Affordable Care Act, which allows people to buy private health insurance from private health insurance plans. So plans like Anthem, Blue Shield, Kaiser, Humana, Health Net, Molina, and a whole lot more. But basically just private health insurance. The same types of plans you would got if you went directly to Blue Shield to buy a health insurance plan, or maybe you had gotten it previously through your work. But through a health exchange, these exchanges provided financial help for people to buy health insurance based on 4 criteria: age, income, household size, and location. And based on these 4 different criteria, everyone who's in the same age group essentially has the same cost. But of course, what changes are those 4 things, and it changes how much someone pays. And in general, the more money you make, the more money you'll pay. And the less money you make, the less money you'll pay. Now, one important aspect of this is that health exchanges are not Medicaid, nor are they Medi-Cal, what is called here in California. Now, people can apply for Medicaid or Medi-Cal through the health exchanges, but they will just take that information and send it as a referral to your local county. Health insurance exchanges only deal with private health insurance plans. And there are really 2 types of health exchanges. One is a federal and one is a state. Now, under the Affordable Care Act, states were allowed to establish their own health exchange, or they could defer to the federal exchange, which is healthcare.gov. But by establishing a state's own health exchange, it allowed them to be able to provide more financial support. It allowed them to change the benefit structure of their plans for their residents. It also changed when folks would be able to apply through that exchange. Another important key to this is the difference between open enrollment versus special enrollment. And this is really important because normally people can only apply for health exchange health insurance during the open enrollment period, which is October, November, and December. And if they have a life change, they're able to apply outside of that. So for example, they lost their work insurance, or maybe they got divorced, or they moved, and a few others. But unfortunately, need, like I got sick, or I got hurt, or I got pregnant, is not a special enrollment reason, either for healthcare.gov, the federal exchange, or for state exchanges. But now, these 12 specific states who have their own health exchanges are allowing people to enroll simply because they are concerned about having enough health coverage during the lockdown and the pandemic. These states are California, Colorado, Connecticut, Washington, D.C., Massachusetts, Maryland, Minnesota, New York, Rhode Island, Washington State, and Virginia. So this SEP, or Pandemic SEP, is available through Covered California or all the other states at least up until June 30th. And what it will allow people to do is for folks who lost their work or who simply just are concerned about not having enough health coverage during the pandemic and the lockdown, it'll allow these folks to apply into a private health insurance plan through the exchange. Now, the SEP is just a one-time only opportunity to enroll. And if somebody is eligible for the coverage, it will allow them to enroll into these private health insurance plans and still get some sort of subsidy for their family as long as they're eligible based on income. So for example, here in California, a household of 4 is still able to make up to $157,000 per year and get some sort of help paying for their private health insurance plan. Now finally, if you don't enroll in time to qualify for the Pandemic SEP or the PSEP, by the end of June 30th, you may still be eligible for other types of special enrollment periods. Or for example, if you live in a state that doesn't have the pandemic special enrollment period, then you can still apply under the normal special enrollment rules. So that's mainly if you have some sort of life change that should allow you to apply for health insurance. So things like you had a baby, or you moved to the state from another state, or you lost your insurance from somewhere else, like maybe your work, or from your parents, or from your spouse, or maybe you got divorced, or you got married, or you lost Medicaid or Medi-Cal coverage. Those will all be good reasons for you to be able to apply as long as you do it within 60 days of the event happening, regardless of where you are in the country. Thank you so much for watching our video, and I hope that you found it interesting or helpful or at least useful. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos are available. Also, if you have any comments or questions, leave those down below. We love to see your comments and questions, and we'll be happy to make a new video or a new post as soon as we can. Now, finally, we here at California, we know health insurance. So whether it's private health insurance or Covered California or Medicare or Medicaid or Medi-Cal or health insurance for a small group, we know health insurance. Because I know it can be very confusing coming out of your work insurance and going to private insurance. Or maybe if you're turning 65, you're trying to figure out what are your best Medicare options, what plans best fit your budgets as well as your needs. That is exactly what we can help you do. So if you have comments about your healthcare, leave those down below. We'll make a new video and post for those as well. Now, other than that, I am Michael, and this is California, wishing you a happy, healthy day.